Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Talk to me, folks. Talk to me. Tell me if you not hear what go on. Let me check it out in the meantime. Testing, testing. Early stream. You not hear me, people? Check, 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 check. All right, loud and clear. Big up the people in the building. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. All right, so we're here to talk about a few things. And of course, you see what is leading the headline. Right? Hydel, no title defense at Central champs. Yeah? And that is a big, 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 big blow, especially to the athletes, the management staff, the coaching staff. Big up yourself, Sonia Lois. And the school itself, because there is a bigger issue than what is facing the track and field. Right? It is really, 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 really sad what is happening over at Hydel, but it is what it is. So Hydel will not defend their girls' title at the Central Athletics Championships to be held over 2 days starting tomorrow at GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sports. Now, that is sad, and also it is good for some other schools because they will capitalize on Hydel's absence, So let's see how they can go about capitalizing on Hydel not being there. Right? Of course, we know, or if you know, earlier this year, Corey Bennett, head coach, indicated that the school has had serious doubts over the team's participation in this year's, championships due to a lack of financial support from both the school's administration and the Ministry of Education. And that is because of what is happening. Apparently, the Ministry of Education would have probably taken over the reins at Hydel. Bennett said the program is in urgent need of funding to meet basic operational costs. However, despite this, it's not certain if this was the main reason why Hydel will not defend their title at Central Champs this year. I think that is one of the big reasons. Meantime, the final regional high school track and field meet of the season will see athletes seeking qualification or qualifying standards. So Hydel has not registered for the meet. They have not registered for the meet. So with that said, I think Edwin Allen will remain the favorite going into this championship. And remember, Hydel is the defending champions for champs ISSA Boys and Girls Championship. They are the defending champions. So if they are not going to be a champ, then Edwin Allen has the opportunity to win. And then other schools have the opportunity to up their position, those objectives that they would have set. So that is that where that is concerned. It's pretty much gonna shake up what is going to happen. It's gonna shake up what is going to happen, and this is sad because Hydel's program is one of the top programs in the country. Right? Top program in the country, and if they can't, or the program can't be sustained, it is really, really, really sad. You get what I say? What you mean, Edman? Me not understand that statement, Edman. Me not understand that statement there. Sonia, big up yourself. Stronger than ever, big up yourself. Tahir Dudley, big up. Sulabel, big up yourself. All right, I'm going to play something for you guys to really hear what is happening over at Hydel. This is a serious thing. I think it's a deep-rooted. And this audio is courtesy of TVJ. So let me make that clear. The audio is courtesy of TVJ. What is the T for? Edman, what is the T for? Are you hearing? Tell me if you're hearing, guys.
Special welcome to folks on OneSpotMedia.com.
We begin this evening with a primetime news exclusive. The financial challenges facing the Hydel group of schools is deeper than the track and field program.
Due to mounting debt, the process has begun for a change of status from a private to a public school.
And as you'll hear in this report, the Ministry of Education has assumed full responsibility for the cost of the operations.
Well-informed sources told TVJ News that the school is in closure or relocation of the Ferry Pen-based private institution. One, the school has millions of dollars in debt, including to the lease owner of the property, and as a result, the school is facing eviction. The Hydel group of schools consists of the preschool, junior preparatory school, and the high school, which means the fate of hundreds of students hangs in the balance, just like its participation in the upcoming ISSA Boys and Girls Athletics Championships. We unsuccessfully tried to get a response from the principal of the school, Dr. Walton Small, regarding the school's future. However, when we contacted the Education Ministry, the ministry confirmed that it assumed full responsibility for the cost of operations at the Hydel group of schools in 2022. In a statement, the ministry said it followed a request from Hydel to transition to a public institution, given their expressed financial challenges to continue as a private school at the time. The statement said, in the interest of the children, staff, and by extension the school, the government through the Ministry of Education agreed to commence the process to transition the school to a public school. And so, while that is ongoing, the school receives all the grants that all high schools are given to include staffing costs for the academic, admin, and support staff, and the government also carries the cost for utilities. However, that would not cover all the millions of dollars the school owed to private institutions before the ministry's intervention, which means the school is still heavily in debt. Regarding the present issues at the institution, the ministry also indicated that the principal, who is the chief executive officer for the school, has not reported any operational challenges to the ministry. Despite that, going forward, the government promises to follow up with the leadership of the school to provide guidance where possible.
So that is the situation. And like I said before, this audio is courtesy of TVJ. All right. So this is what is happening at the institution. It is in a binding. The ministry would have taken over the institution since 2022 because of financial struggles. They owe the lease and they are in debt in terms of millions of dollars. So, I mean, to run a sports program, a highly successful sports program like a Hydel, with the debt that they're in, then that would be very, very difficult. And, you know, the operation to be at Central Champs, to be at Champs, they have to be boarding in Kingston to, you know, ensure that they don't have to travel every single evening back and forth, you know. So it is something that I guess they need I guess they need a stakeholder, somebody who's just gonna come in and say, all right, let's help out Hydel, because they have been one of the top institutions when it comes on to producing talents at champs, when it comes on to being competitive at champs. They won champs 2 times, and now they are the defending champions, right? So it would be sad for Hydel not to be at champs. I know Central champs, the girls won't be defending their title, but at champs, it is going to be difficult not to have them there, and it's not going to be as competitive. And you see, a lot of people don't know what really goes on behind the scenes, you know, when it comes on to running a successful sporting program, you know. Because trust me, it would have taken a lot to put Idle where it's at. You get what I say? So it's one of those moments, it's one of those things, right? And I don't know how they're going to get out of this. I guess they're trying to secure some of the expenses that they would have spent for Central Champs, so that the young ladies can report to Champs come the end of this month, you know, not the end of March, rather. So I would say Idle will be missed. I know that, you know, sometimes when they go to Central Champs, they enter events sparingly. They mainly probably enter events that they are looking for, like qualifications and stuff like that, you know, because they always say, if you win at Central Champs, which is the strongest region, more than like you'll win at Champs. And Hydel has somehow thrown that through the window. Because remember days when Edwin Allen win, and even though you have people will say that Edwin really threw away the champs then, you know, but it is what it is. However you win it, it's still a win. But I don't know what is happening. I don't know how come they reach into that situation. I don't know if if the students that used to attend the institution not paying the fees and all of these things. But that just happened. You get me? And it's one of those things. It is one of those things. Yeah. Let me check out what is happening in the chat. Sonia Louis said that information came on the news recently. Hydel boys going though. Yes. Um, St. Jago week this year as well. Only class two strong. Hydel used to be the top netball school at U14 and they cut that program. The football was the same, but now they're back in action. Mm. Listen, a whole heap of money take for run sports. Whole heap of money. And a little chicky in the funds. Real money for run sports. You know? So having a decent enough football program and having a top girls program in track and field, and then the boys are seemingly coming back to the fore. It's one of those things that you want to see them competing, but takes cash to care. This would be bad for the class one athletes that would love the college sponsorship. Yeah. And that's why I believe that they have been going to those D meets and performing, because going to those D meets also give them some sort of production throughout the season. So if the school is seeking after them, then they would say, oh, for the season I did this, for the season I did that. And the results are there for them to see. So I don't think it will, affect them totally, will bar their recruitment, because if an athlete is good enough and they were sought after by a school from last year, then they will be back for them once they are free and all of that thing. Then they should be okay where that scholarship is concerned. So I don't think that will affect them per se. So that is that where that is concerned. Congrats to KC, Kingston College. I heard that they went up to JC and have their sports day, winning the corporate era championship. And on the girls' side, immaculate. Immaculate. Immaculate winning on the girls' side, corporate. Congrats to Immaculate. And also my virgin up by Mount Alvernia High School winning the girls' title at Western Championship. Big up yourself, yo. So people are putting in the work despite what transpired on the west side of the island. Yeah, man, it's still a good look. We love to know that the athletes are still there performing, doing their thing, though it is tough. Some still pushing through. Majority of their class one already went on Nebraska. And you can't put egg in one basket though track here, because a lot of times we see them go to institution on visit and they don't reach. Now that is if they choose that one. Immaculate and Mount Alvernia share the same motto and won their first titles. Yeah, man. Congrats to them, man. Massive win there for them. You get me? Massive win. Hold on there. Oh, this is this. So Edwin Allen will pretty much walk away with that title easily, don't? Would you say Omod would give them a fight? Chuck Hero? You think Omod are oh Manchester will give them a fight? St. Diego? Big up all lines. The Alliness. Hydel in some problem. They have not registered for Central Champs, so they will not defend that title. And with that being said, we hope that it doesn't spill over to Champs. Or I'm theorizing that, they decide not to go to Central Champs so that they can have this for have things in place for Champs. So I think they forfeit Central Champs so that they can have an opportunity to go at Champs. That is what I'm theorizing. You understand? That is what I'm theorizing. Yes, so the Alliness. That I go on, pan what I go on. Yep. Yep, it up. That I go on. What become of Veer, Diego, Manchester, Omod? Remember in the 90s? Yeah, beer back, but say you have change of guard, shifting of momentum. I saw sports going on. One institution now carry the swing all along, Remember when Home would have win 11 straight, Manchester win whole heap straight, Edwin come break it. St. Diego with one a few. You see me? You can't have the same team a win bareback. Manchester still have their program there. St. Diego still have their program. Very seemingly as if they are building back. Omod is still there. Omod is still competitive. So these names that you mentioned are still competitive in the grand scheme of things. Oh, you think because Gibson is in the same week, but I heard not their strongest going to Gibson. So it couldn't be Gibson. I think it's more about champs. I think it's more about champs. And remember, we're not saying that it is the financial situation, which I believe that plays a part that would have caused that decision to be made. So I am hoping to see Hydel at champs. I want to see Hydel at champs. When it come on to champs, it's like Hydel no make mistake. You want to see them in them events there. You see me? So yeah, folks might be glad to them now and they're still but because it present opportunities for some persons. But if you want to be the best, you have to be the best. That's how I look at it. Isn't Hydel where that theme park used to be? Yes, Beerbuck. So they leased the property, but apparently they owed the person who leased them the property a whole lot of money. Millions of dollars. So the ministry took over the institution to transfer to or transition it into a public institution, they might change the location or whatever, but they're still operating out by a ferry. But the institution might become a public institution rather than a private institution because it's getting more and more challenging for them to operate it as a private institution. I was wondering if the financial situation was exacerbated by the Hurricane Melissa. But remember, the Alliness. Hydel is on the eastern end. And of course, you know that several hits were done on the western end of the island. So I wouldn't put them in that grand scheme of things where, unless it's their sponsors and people would have been supporting them, I would probably look at it from that standpoint, but I don't think it affected them per se. Well, Excelsior and Immaculate can gain some of these ideal runners. Nah, man, I don't think the program are gonna get thrown away. Nah, don't think the program are gonna get thrown away. I think that is Core's baby. I don't think him gonna throw away that. Nah, nah. Remember, the organizers refused to give Hydel their trophy 1 year. They won Central. It's either management said the boys team or the girls team. Yeah, and the girls team is bigger than the boys team, right? And in order to go there and have two teams, I can tell you, because St. Diego is one of those schools with two big programs, always in the top five for boys and girls for years now, right? And you have a few other schools that are pushing big programs like Excelsior as well. Big program on the boys' side, big program on the girls' side. So it's always difficult when you are doing two programs that are competitive at champs. Yeah. And whichever champs, you go central champs with two of the teams, them that is CM effect, a whole lot of money. So if they decide to do it that way, then that would have been a very smart move. And that's why I'm saying it could be a result of them wanting to go to champs to defend their title so much. So they're cutting expenses everywhere possible. You get me? Yeah, man. Beerback, you want to see that? It's gonna be difficult, It's gonna be difficult. You have to pump some money, some whole heap of money. The thing them. You see it? Yeah, man, you have to pump all of money, man. Difficult for a town team and a well, two town team win because the central region is the strongest region on the girls' side. And the eastern region is the strongest on the boys' side. So with that said, it's gonna be difficult for one of the Eastern girls' school to break any of the schools in the central. Excelsior girls not close. Not close right now. No. It's not close right now, Beerback, I'm telling you. Excelsior probably stronger on the boys' side than the girls' side. But it is always difficult to run two programs. Immaculate is the best. They are the best field events team at Champs for Girls. They are the best field event team at Champs. If you are the best, you have to accumulate all of the titles, so you have to win class 4 jumps, that a long jump, high jump, right? Then you go over class 3 with the shot or the discus, still long jump, high jump. So when you say they are the best, you have to what data you have to support that track here? You can't just throw that out there, so, because the results floating around at the different track meets stating that? I don't know. Yeah, man, Immaculate are going on that thing, man. When I lie. For the past few years, they have been right there. They have produced some good talents. So where? At last year's champs? You're talking last year's champs, Shakira? Okay. So they dominate all classes. I never really check the field event like that, but if you say so, I have to look into it myself because all me look on the best, you have to dominate all classes. Camperdown has not performed in 30 years. Don't know why they are considered sprint capital. They are not considered sprint capital, babe. They are considered sprint factory. Once you get a name, you can't take it away. Who them are give name? Camperdown are the sprint factory, man. Anyways, folks, I gotta cut the show, Big up on yourself. Just come on here just to give you that information. I did I go record it, but me I say, yo, me just come open a live stream, you see me? So, big up on yourself. I gotta run. And you guys can go and watch the Hakeem Blake video that I posted. Hakeem Blake got the wild card for the World Championship, Indoor Championship, by winning the World Indoor Tour. So, with that said, he has given an opportunity to Jamaica having for the first time, 3 men at the World Indoor Championship. Let's see who will be selected. Let's see who they will be taking. Let's see who will be joining Hakeem at the Indoor Championship that will be held in Kujawi. Yeah? Big up yourself, people. Until next time, stay safe.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.